So my question is, does cold water or ice bath immersion help with recovery for athletes? And this is important to me because as an athlete, it is nice to know what is going to benefit me the fastest and what's going to get me back on the field. This can help future because there's athletes, like a big population of our world are athletes, and they want to know what's going to get them back on the field to perform, because for some people that's their life, is playing sports such as like NFL, MLB, like that's their life. And from people, like from friends, I've heard they do ice baths. Personally, I do not do ice baths, but from friends, they do ice baths, and they say it does benefit them, not to the full potential, but it does benefit them in some way. They don't feel 100% after, but it does still help. And I found a reliable resource called Athlete, Coach, and Practitioner Knowledge and Perceptions of Post-Exercise Cold Water Immersions for Recovery, and this was published in 2001. The introduction, they pretty much state that cold water immersion is popular global, and a lot of athletes do use this method, but a lot of them don't really know if it's helping them or not. They're just using it because that's what their practitioner or coach says to do. But protocol says 10 to 15 Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes is the maximal recovery time and temperature. And they did recruit through emails. They sent out direct emails, and to be eligible, you either had to be a coach, an athlete, or a support practitioner just to be eligible for this experiment. And the total number of participants they received was 111. 96 of them were males, and 15 participants were females. And in order to continue, they had to complete a survey such as, all of them had previous experience doing ice baths, so they had to fill out what temperature they do, how long they do it, if they do waist or full body immersion, and they also had to get consent from all these participants in order to continue. And the results, 85% of them were positive. They all said that it does benefit them in some way or form. 2% were negative. It said they didn't benefit them, and 13% of them honestly just didn't know. But for the 85%, they did say they felt refreshed, they felt good, they felt inflammation was lowered, and they just felt overall better. But as a conclusion, they did say that there is a gap in knowledge between people just doing it just because their coach says to, but they don't really know what the right amount of time and what temperature is really good. Like, they don't know the scientific knowledge. They just do what they want, and they do what they think, which it obviously is not going to benefit them completely if they don't do the right amount of time and right amount of temperature. But I feel like it's going to be different for everyone. So that's kind of the gap in knowledge that they saw within this experiment. There could be different times and different temperatures for everyone, and there's not really a specific time and temperature that benefits all. So yeah.